Hello, grade nines, and welcome back. I know it's been an interesting year, and I hope this introductory video finds you and your family healthy and happy, and it's time to get back to school. Yay! So, you've chosen online learning this year, at least for part of your classes, and my name is Brennan Dunbar, and I work at the Online Learning Center at City Park for Saskatoon Public Schools, and I'm really looking forward to working with you in this grade 9 math class. Well, this is the first time that we've done a grade 9 program in the Online Learning Center, so it'll be a learning experience for all of us, but I think as long as everybody does their best to work hard and ask questions when you have them, you'll be successful, and we'll all do a good job of setting you up for success in your grade 10 math classes and beyond. So the first thing I want to show you is some helpful tips and tricks we learned over the years for learning effectively in an online environment. It's going to look a little different than what you saw in March to June this year, so we want to make sure we get off to the right foot, get off to a good start, and so keeping that in mind, here are some things that I think you need to be aware of. First off, this year we're running a quint system, which means your school year is going to be separated into 5 blocks, each of which is only about 35 or 36 days. So the learning is going to be quite compressed. And even though you'll have more time each day for the work, we're not going to be working for as long a period of time as you typically would. Typically, a grade 9 math class will run the entire year. So in online learning, this math class is only going to run for the first 2 quints, and it's going to start today, September 8th, and run to December 18th. So basically from today until when you start your Christmas break. We're going to be using something known as Blackboard. It's an online learning management system, and you're going to get an invite to this course and an email to give you instructions on how to sign up for Blackboard, and also there's going to be videos on how you move around in Blackboard, how you find your course materials, etc. I've done my best to set up Blackboard in as simple a manner as possible, so hopefully there aren't too many questions about where to find instruction, where to find your course materials, your quizzes, your tests, your homework, and obviously my contact information if you need any assistance. So we're going to be using workbooks for most of our study. The workbook is something that I've compiled, and I will go through in my videos, taking you through the learning the concepts and also doing practice questions and whatnot. But we're also going to be using a textbook, and the textbook is called Math Makes Sense 9. I believe we're going to give you digital access to these textbooks, so they're going to be in PDF format. And that might take us a couple days to sort out, but I've put a copy of the first chapter onto our class website, so you should have everything you need right away to do the practice problems. I'm going to make a video tutorial for each section or each unit of study. So, Chapter 1, 1.1, there should be a video. Chapter 1.2, there should be a video where I take you through the learning exercises and do several examples for you to follow, and hopefully that will work well enough that you get the idea of what you're supposed to be doing and can apply that learning to the practice questions, which will come from the textbook. In an online learning environment, there's some skills that are really important, and one of these is independent problem solving. It's one thing for you to learn it from a teacher. It's another thing to learn it from a combination of sources with your teacher, your parents, friends, textbook, videos you find online. It's very important in a distance learning environment that you use all of the resources at your disposal and do your best to solve the problems. If you demonstrate critical thinking skills and do some digging to solve the problems and to help you with any of the struggles you're having, you are going to learn the material better, you are going to recall it better, and you're going to be able to apply it. This being said, I want to be here to help you. So my email is going to be sort of front and center in a lot of our learning. And if you're having questions, you're having difficulties, I strongly encourage you to contact me via email. Take a picture of the question that's causing you problems. Send me an email saying, I really don't understand this part of the unit, or I understand the first 2 questions, but I don't get the third. And I can use that to make little videos for you, or send you emails, or send you a picture of maybe a different way of learning it, or even set up a one-on-one session with Zoom or some other video conferencing so that we can go through it together. Your first step after the learning materials and the videos that I've posted is Khan Academy. So I've got a link here, www.khanacademy.org. You can just Google it if you forget that link. Khan Academy is an excellent math resources. It's got all sorts of video tutorialized learning sessions for any concept in math, starting from kindergarten and going all the way through PhD programs in mathematics at the university. So that's an excellent resource. Now, some tips and a fair warning. We're working in a very compressed time schedule. So in order to be successful in this class, you've got to be able to commit to the following. Ask your questions early and often. And here's my email, dunbarbr@spsd.sk.ca. If you can't answer a question, or if you're having problems with the concept and you've gone to Khan or you've asked somebody and it's still not making sense to you, I really, really want to encourage you to contact me early. Let's get you on track. Let's go through whatever's causing you difficulty in a different way, and hopefully we can get you over the hump, so to speak, and back on track. You don't want to leave a question or something you're struggling with too long. It compounds, and it leads to frustration, and it leads to math anxiety. The feeling that, I can't do this. I'm no good at math. I'm no good at math. And you know what? Everybody can be good at math. We just need to find out the way that you learn best, and find a way to help you turn the light bulb on with regard to whatever concept's causing you trouble. So don't be afraid to email me if something just isn't making sense. I need you to complete all the exercises and the quizzes and the exams on time so that I can give you feedback, which is important for you to improve your learning moving forward. There's going to be follow-up on my end. So in order for me to give you feedback that's important and that is helpful, it needs to be timely, which means if you hand in something 2 months late, the feedback that I give you is already far too late to help you improve before the unit exam. And that concept may be lost, and it may be something that's really important for grade 10. So it's really important that you do things on time, you do enough practice questions that you're comfortable with the concepts, that you learn from your quizzes and use your quizzes as an opportunity to basically find out what you don't know and fix it in time for the unit exams. Unlike a normal math class, which would be an hour a day, 5 hours a week, we are working with the expectation that you will spend 2.5 hours a day on each of your 2 classes. So when you add that up for the week, we need you to be spending, probably 10 to 12, maybe even sometimes 15 hours per week on this course. So you need to commit to that. You need to be prepared to put that kind of time in. The best way to do this, and I'm saying this as somebody who has both taught in an online environment and somebody who has learned in an online environment, is to set a daily routine and stick to it, okay? And this, for me, and I think for a lot of people, involves finding a nice, quiet, distraction-free place in your house, if you can find it, with your materials, somewhere that you can get down to business and get your work done and be able to concentrate without distractions of other things that are going on in the house or technology or frankly, sometimes things you'd rather be doing. I find that if you set a daily routine and you have a dedicated place in your house that you can get away from any distractions, it makes a huge difference. Also, take study breaks. Take study breaks every hour. It's very, very difficult to maintain peak concentration for 3 hours. Your teachers know this, believe it or not. So try to take 5 or 10 minutes. Get up, walk around, go outside, duck your head outside for a bit, take a walk, and then come back. And even more so if you're struggling with something. If you're struggling with something, a lot of times just putting your head down and trying to grind your way through it will just make you more frustrated. Oftentimes it's better to just get up, go walk around, come back, look at it, with a fresh set of eyes, and more often than not, you'll see what you're missing. So take these study breaks, let your brain recharge, and everybody learns differently. Everybody's there's all sorts of different people in this world. There's going to be all sorts of different people in this class. You've got to find what it is that motivates you to succeed. And if you can let me in on that, I will do my best to motivate you to learn and to succeed in this course and to set yourself up for success in future courses. So set some learning goals, set yourself a schedule. a routine and stick to it and be confident that you can do this, because I know you can do this and I'm here to help you through it. And at the end, I mean this, you can do it. Okay, I'm with you all the way. I'll do my very best to help you reach your goals, but we both have a job to do. So take my advice and decide what's within your control and what is it that's my job as a student. What do I need to do to be successful? And that's your job, and my job will be the other end of that. Okay, I'll be supplying resources, I will be supplying learning materials and tutorials and videos, and helping you either remotely through email or maybe in a synchronous online one-on-one session. And if we both do our jobs together, you'll be in a good place for this math class and the math classes that follow. So that's being said, you should be getting an email within the next day that will give you some more details on the course and how to sign up for Blackboard, and that will include some tutorial videos on where you need to click and where you need to put in your information. And when you get to the Blackboard website, yours is probably going to look a little differently than mine, or a little different than mine, but it'll be something like this. And in this learning environment, it'll be a bit daunting for a bit because there's so many things to click on and so much information, but we're just going to focus for the short term on the bar on the left side. Okay? And we're literally going to start on the part that says start right here. And welcome to Math 9 online. And we've got some learning modules, which is where going to be that kind of the home base of our course. The learning modules are going to contain all of the units of study for the class. And within each unit of study, there are going to be videos, and there are going to be textbook resources, and there are going to be quizzes and exams. So it's, you're probably going to spend 90+% of your time in the learning module section of our course website. The home and announcements page, I'm going to use that to keep us on top of due dates and what's coming up, whether it be a quiz or an exam or maybe a one-on-one or a full class live learning session. And so within the top 3 links is where you're going to spend most of your time. Our course outline is up here. It goes through all the units of study and some of the other finer points of the course, and importantly, teacher contact. If you ever need a hand, click on the teacher contact link. It's got my email address. It's got my phone number, and it's use it to get in touch with me if I can do anything to help you. So with that being said, hopefully we get off to a great start tomorrow. And I'm really looking forward to working with you, and I think you're going to be successful. So best of luck.